मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिए हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी
खुबी देखाउन आऊ जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन आऊ विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनियाऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनियाऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन आऊ जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन आऊ विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनियाऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोलेर आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोलेर आऊ मनमा बस साथी ख्याति पिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी ख्याति पिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हावासरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कुदा हावासरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोलेर आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोलेर आऊ ख्याति पिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति पिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर आऊ हिम्मत बोकेर आऊ प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन आऊ जोश लिएर आऊ हिम्मत बोकेर आऊ प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन आऊ विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा
जीत हाम्रो नै हो साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जीत हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ नागमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनियाऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनियाऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ नागमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जी साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जीत हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताउ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जीत हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वास ल्याऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकिल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे विश्वासले जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कुदा हावा सरी छेक पहाड बनी कदम बढाऊ साथी मैदान तताऊ तिमी कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे कम्मर कसी देऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ आशा बनी आऊ सपना बोकी ल्याऊ मनमा बस साथी बाटो खोल्नलाई आऊ ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे
ख्याति फिजाऊ जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि
हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे 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 लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लौ बढौँ अघि जित हाम्रो नै हो साथी लक्ष्यलाई भेट्ने जिम्मा छ काँधमाथि हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे हुर्रे हिप हिप हुर्रे जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर प्रयास गर साथी खुबी देखाउन जोश लिएर हिम्मत बोकेर
लो स्कोर म्याच भइरहेको छ अघिल्ला दुई गेममा ब्याट्सम्यानले रनका लागि स्ट्रगल गरिरहेका थिए र बलरहरू स्पेसली स्पिनरले निकै राम्रो गरिरहेका छन् यो पिचमा र आजको पिच कस्तो रहेको छ आज कुन पिचमा म्याच खेलाइँदैछ अघि नयाँ पिच छ के कस्तो छ यस विषयमा हामी डिटेल्स जान्नेछौँ विनोद दासबाट नेपाली क्रिकेट टिमका पूर्व कप्तान जो डिभिजन 5 मा अमेरिका विरुद्ध उत्रँदा नेपाली टिमको मुख्य बलर पनि रहेका थिए
Pina, it's a chilly morning here in Kathmandu here, but what a high voltage drama we have here in store for us. Two arch rivals, USA and Nepal, taking on each other in a high voltage drama today, in a high voltage match. Well, if anything, the last two matches to go with, it is going to go down to the wire. What we have in store today on the wicket is pretty much similar to what we have in last two games, but if anything, it looks slightly better and harder surface than what we've had for the last two games. There is a little bit of even thin layer of grass on the top surface of this. It looks a bit drier than what we had in last two games, and if anything, it will assist the spinner, especially in the second innings. But what we have seen before is the team winning the toss have opted to bowl first, and it has caused problems for the batsmen. But today, it looks a slightly better wicket than what we had in last two games. So I won't be surprised if team winning the toss will choose to bat first, because this wicket might turn even more in the second innings. It's over to you, Sabina. Thank you.
पिचको बारेमा सुनिसकेका छौँ विनोद दासबाट। आज नयाँ पिचमा खेल हुँदैछ, पिच नम्बर 5 मा, र यो ब्याटिङ पिच आज केही रन गर्न सक्ने अनुमान विनोद दासले गरेका छन्, र हामी पनि अपेक्षा गरौँ। क्रिकेट भनेको इट्स अल अबाउट ब्याटिङ, र ब्याट्सम्यानहरूले आज खुलेर खेल्नेछन्। र अहिले टस भइसकेको छ नेपाल र अमेरिका बिचको खेलको, र अमेरिकाले टस जितेर बलिङ रोजेको छ। पक्कै पनि यो पिचमा अमेरिकन कोचले ओमानसँगको खेलपछि भनेका थिए टस फाइट हुने गर्छ, र यदि हामीले टस जितेको भए बलिङ रोज्थ्यौँ भनेर, त्यही अनुरूप आज टसले अमेरिकालाई फेभर गरेको छ र बलिङ रोजेको छ। यसको मतलब नेपाली टिम पहिला ब्याटिङमा उत्रनेछ, र नेपाली टिमको कुरा गर्दाखेरि मध्यक्रमका ब्याट्सम्यान शरद भेसाकर चोटग्रस्त हुँदै सिरिजबाट बाहिरिएका छन्, र उनको स्थानमा सुभाष खकुरेल टिममा आएका छन्, र सुभाष खकुरेल 18 महिनापछि राष्ट्रिय टिममा फर्किएका छन्, र सुभाष खकुरेल आज प्लेइङ 11 मा रहेका छन्, र सुभाष प्लेइङ 11 मा हुनुको मतलब नेपाली टिमको ओपनिङ जोडी चेन्ज हुन सक्छ। सम्भवतः ज्ञानेन्द्र मल्लसँग सुभाषले ओपनिङ गर्नेछन्, किनकि सुभाषले लामो समय नेपाली टिमबाट ओपनिङ गर्दै आएका छन्, र उनले एक समय नेपाली टिमको जुन ओपनिङ क्राइसिस रहेको थियो त्यो तोडेका थिए, र आज यदि ज्ञानेन्द्र र सुभाषले ओपनिङ गरे, पारस खड्का उनको आफ्नो स्थान तेस्रो नम्बरमा नै ब्याटिङ गर्नेछन्, र नेपाली टिममा परिवर्तन गरिएको छ। अघिल्लो खेलभन्दा कुशल मल्लले आज एक दिवसीयमा डेब्यू गर्दैछन्, र उनको स्थानमा रोहित पौडेललाई आराम दिएको छ, र अमेरिकी टिममा पनि एउटा चेन्जेस रहेको छ। त्यसैले आज नेपाली टिमले पहिले ब्याटिङ गरेको छ, र ब्याटिङमा थिए, र यो ओपनिङ जोडी नचल्दा नेपाली टिम र उनको स्थानमा रोहित पौडेललाई आराम दिएको छ, र अमेरिकी टिममा पनि एउटा चेन्जेस रहेको छ। त्यसैले आज नेपाली टिमले पहिले ब्याटिङ गरेको छ, र ब्याटिङमा थिए, र यो ओपनिङ जोडी नचल्दा नेपाली टिम कोल्याप्स जस्तै भएको थियो ब्याटिङमा, र कुनै पनि खेलाडी बीच लामो साझेदारी नहुँदाखेरि नेपालले 198 रनको लक्ष्य पूरा गर्न सकेको थिएन। त्यसैले आज दर्शकहरूले पनि नेपाल टिमबाट राम्रो ब्याटिङको अपेक्षा गरेका छन्। लामो समयदेखि नेपाली टिममा ब्याटिङ मुख्य समस्या रहँदै आएको छ, र नेपाललाई आज यो वर्ल्ड कप लिग 2 मा पहिलो जित हात पार्नु छ भने नेपालले राम्रो ब्याटिङ गर्नुको विकल्प छैन, र सुभाष खकुरेलको लागि एउटा अर्को मौका रहेको छ। उनी चोटग्रस्त भएपछि 15 महिनाको अपेक्षा गरौँ, यो खेल निकै रोमाञ्चक हुनेछ, र नेपालले लिग 2 मा पहिलो जित हात पार्नेछ। अब केही बेरमा खेल सुरु हुँदैछ। ओभर टु द कमेन्ट्री बक्स। कमेन्ट्री बक्स।
Yeah, very good morning to the beautiful scene in Kirtipur. It's the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Ground. It's Nepal against USA. It's Super Saturday. Andrew Leonard here, bringing these pictures with Kirtipur TV, HD right the way around the world. And what a day we have in store. The league leaders, USA, are only just narrowly clinging on to top spot in this Cricket World Cup League 2 by virtue of net run rate. Nepal yet to get a point, but remember they've only played one game. Here's the teams. USA captain Sarav Netravalkar this morning, he won the toss and he had no hesitation in choosing to bowl first. Just one change for them. You can see Cameron Stevenson coming into the playing 11 at the expense of Timul Patel. So it's going to be a very seam-heavy, pace-heavy American battery. Stevenson, Elmore Hutchinson, Rusty Theran and Sarav Netravalkar, 4 pacers in the team, and of course Ian Holland to bowl some medium pace. The left arm spinner Kareem Agoran, Stephen Taylor's off breaks. For Nepal, the home side, 2 changes. Of course, one of those was enforced by the injury, and that injury to Sharad Vesawkar. Into the side comes Subhash Khoukareel, and he'll actually take the gloves as well. In fact, he probably won't take the gloves. I've got Peter Della Penna to my right here. Peter Della Penna, VSPN Cricket Info. One other change as well for Nepal. Any surprises in the two 11s?
I tell you, I'm quite surprised at the USA change that was made. Cameron Stevenson coming in for Timul Patel. It's a contrast of strategies and philosophies. You can tell USA going pace heavy, and I really think they've missed a trick not bringing in Nisarg Patel. Nisarg Patel bowls quick left arm orthodox spin, and his style of bowling, we've seen Zishan Maksud, we saw Sushan Bhari. I think his style of bowling would be very, very effective on these kind of wickets, and I think USA might be taking a gamble leaving him out. And also at the toss, USA choosing to chase against Nepal's spin-heavy attack is a very, very bold decision.
Yeah, the spinners for Nepal, of course, you can't look anywhere past Sandeep Lamachani. So delighted to have Peter Della Penna here with us again. Andrew Leonard bringing you these pictures on Kirtipur TV. The anticipation is rising in the ground. You can see the banks across the far side. The crowd starting to flood in. There's Ian Holland. He was the stand. Standout performer for USA, making his maiden ODI 50 just a couple of days. An associate-only one-day international. Do you think that would be right?
Is a very, very bold decision.
Yeah, the spinners for Nepal, of course, you can't look anywhere past Sandeep Lamachani. So delighted to have Peter Della Penna here with us again. Andrew Leonard bringing you these pictures on Kirtipur TV. The anticipation is rising in the ground. You can see the banks across the far side. The crowd starting to flood in. There's Ian Holland. He was the standout performer for USA, making his maiden ODI 50 just a couple of days. An associate-only one-day international. Do you think that would be right?
I don't think there's too much competition in that regard for that, but it just shows the extreme passion that these Nepali locals have for the home side. And this kind of occasion, you can see USA joint leaders at the top of the table. Nepal, the last team in this seven-team competition, excuse me, to play. So they've got some catching up to do in terms of just raw fixtures, but a chance for them to get their first win today.
Yeah, that is the points table. Oman and USA level on points, but remember, it does have a little bit of an unbalanced look to it at the moment, this table. Nepal just one game. They're going to be looking to get off the mark today. And of course, this is the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Every one of these 7 sides will play 36 one-day internationals over the course of 2.5 years, all on the road to India 2023. The top 3 sides in that league table will qualify for the Men's Cricket World Cup qualifier in 2022. So plenty to play for. Every game has lots of context in it. You can see Nostush Kenjiji left out of the 11 again. He's just throwing a few balls. A few catches being hit through to the Americans, and the big crowd coming in. And what was lovely to see, Peter, as we'll just take a look at the wicket next. It's the centremost of the
news for the Nepal batting lineup. They struggled a bit, especially the top order against Oman the other day, but we saw in the lineup cards earlier, Subhash Kakarel coming into the squad for the injured Sharad Vesawkar, and straight into the 11. He scored a fantastic unbeaten half-century against USA for the Nepal.
Ever one-day international on the soil here of Nepal, but today they're expecting even more. It's a day off work, it's a Saturday, it's the weekend, and it's actually quite a nice day as well. It's a little bit warmer than it was 2 days ago. So a lot of beanie hats on for the USA national on the soil here of Nepal. But today they're expecting even more. It's a day off work, it's a Saturday, it's the weekend. And it's actually quite a nice day as well. It's a little bit warmer than it was 2 days ago. So a lot of beanie hats on for the USA Oman challenge. But we're probably up around 11 or 12 degrees centigrade. And Peter, we really are going to be in for a hell of a game today.
It should be a grand occasion, and as you said, it is quite a bit warmer today. The first couple matches in the series around toss time, it was only about 5-6 degrees Celsius. It feels like it's twice that this morning. I'm out here with my collared knit shirt, short sleeve today, Lenny.
Yeah, the ESPN Cricket Info journalist and writer to my right, Peter Della Penna. And it's on.
One of the things I noticed on the way into the ground today, this 2 or 3 kilometers away, you could see people with Nepal jerseys, Nepal flags, and you knew they were heading to the cricket ground today. You didn't see that in the first 2 matches this week, so that just gives you the sense of anticipation, the sense of the moment that this match has, and that fan atmosphere was building up a good 90 minutes to 2 hours before the toss, and it continues to build up leading into the first ball that is going to be happening just moments away, Lenny.
Yeah, and you can see the signs coming there. Go, Karan, KC, Sandeep Lamachani, Paris Khadka. They're the real heroes. We're going to be back with all the action on the very first ball. You won't miss a ball of it here on Canterbury HD TV Live. To the first ever home one-day internationals for Nepal. This will be their second one on home soil. You can see the two umpires making their way to the middle. We're nearly all set. If you're wondering, there aren't more in the ground. They're all flooding in now. Coming in their thousands. There's the Team USA huddle. Rusty Theran, one of the pace battery of four quick bowlers that America have gone with. They have decided that the way to go, particularly winning the toss this morning, is pace heavy. There's the two openers. And there's going to be a change in the opening partnership from the other day for Nepal, because Paras Khadka will have to wait and see where he'll come in the order. Gyanendra Malla will continue to open, but he's going to be joined by his new partner, Subhash Kakarel, who made a half-century against the USA in the USA's solitary warm-up match on Nepali soil. And the atmosphere is heating up. The crowd starting to go wild, and they're yet to even see their beloved Paras Khadka or Sandeep Lamachani on the pitch. So this is game 3 of 6 we're going to have this week from the TU International Cricket Ground. It's a beautiful scene, probably the nicest of the 3 days we've had so far. And I think as the sun continues to break through, we could almost get to something what is known like a cricketing temperature. It is February, so it is still almost winter here. And it looks like for America we're going to have Elmore Hutchinson to open the bowling from this pavilion end. Big 6'5" left armour, certainly in the veteran stage of his career, and as Peter Della Penna is going to tell me now, he's a much beloved man within this American setup.
37 years young, Lenny. Second leading wicket taker for USA in 50-over cricket all time, behind Timil Patel, who's dropped today. Very curious decision, only bowling him 4 overs in the match against Oman after having taken 2 5-wicket hauls in the warm-up matches leading into the first ODI that USA played here. But his pace, he bowls quite slowly through the air, was deemed ineffective on these wickets, so they've left him out. Brought in another medium pacer in Cameron Stevenson, but it's going to be Hutchinson to start off.
And a big roar from the crowd as it simply watched through to the keeper. So we'll start with a dot ball, but Elmore Hutchinson getting us underway. What an atmosphere we have building up. Crowd continuing to flood in via the main gate. Sarah Netravalkar, the USA captain there next to him. He'll bowl his left arm seam as well. Who will likely open up for America with Hutchinson?
Well, it's going to be one of Rusty Theran or Saurabh Netravalkar, but I'd imagine the captain will be taking the new ball from the other end.
Fall into the block hole and just dug out by Cockerill. Cockerill's 3rd ODI today. And he has made an ODI 50 26 years of age, occasional wicketkeeper. Unlikely to see him with the gloves. Surely Bhandari will keep the gloves. What do you think?
Well, Subhash Kakarel, he kept quite well in the warm-up match, that Nepal President's 11 match. So part of it might be depending on his fitness, because he's been on the comeback trail, had a nasty forearm injury on a motorbike.
We start this from Hutchinson, 2 slips in place.
He was telling me about that after the match when he scored that half century, that he's been struggling with trying to recover from a forearm injury. It was a non-cricket injury. He's riding a motorbike, and he was saying another bike cut across him, and when he stopped short, got into an accident and suffered a broken forearm, and he's had some pins and screws put in there to try and get the healing back, get the strength back. He's good enough to be out there today.
No signs of the first runs yet. Kakarel wanted the single. Malla wisely sending him back. Yeah, the motorbike is a popular form of transport here in Nepal. Seems like there's more of them on the roads than the cars.
And as nerve-wracking as it might be for a tourist, I have to say on some occasions, Lenny, I'd rather take one than a taxi, because they get everywhere a lot quicker.
Yeah, darting through the streets. There's Elmer Hutchinson, 37 years young. He played all 4 of the first ODIs in this league for USA, but then didn't play a single one of the 4 ODIs in the UAE. Back into the 11 a couple of days ago, and the first run's going to come to the total. Large cheers in the background, not coming off the bat. A punch of the air even in the background of the commentary box. Nepal are underway.
Hutchinson struggled with his line in that warm-up match against the Nepal President's 11. He had 6 wides in his first couple of overs, in spite of taking 2 wickets. So this is something that's been sort of a recurring theme for him. It's popping up again here early today.
Back on the money, and it's going to be the first runs off the bat, unless Vesawkar can affect the direct hit. I think he would have been home anyway.
Kakarel off the mark, and for everybody who follows this Nepal-USA rivalry, they would know he's got an outstanding record. I mentioned the half century in the Nepal President's 11 warm-up match earlier this week. Back in 2012 at World Cricket League Division 4 in Malaysia, he scored a brilliant century against USA in a famous win for Nepal in round-robin play when they went undefeated in that tournament. Won 6 President's 11 warm-up match earlier this week. Back in 2012 at World Cricket League Division 4 in Malaysia, he scored a brilliant century against USA in a famous win for Nepal in round-robin play when they went undefeated in that tournament. Won 6 in Shakti Gauchan over the years. So many weapons. President's 11 warm-up match earlier this week. Back in 2012 at World Cricket League Division 4 in Malaysia, he scored a brilliant century against USA in a famous win for Nepal in round-robin play when they went undefeated in that tournament. Won 6 in Shakti Gauchan over the years. So many weapons. President's 11 warm-up match earlier this week. Back in 2012 at World Cricket League Division 4 in Malaysia, he scored a brilliant century against USA in a famous win for Nepal in round-robin play when they went undefeated in that tournament. Won 6 in Shakti Gauchan over the years. So many. President's 11 warm-up match earlier this week. Back in 2012 at World Cricket League Division 4 in Malaysia, he scored a brilliant century against USA in a famous win for Nepal in round-robin play when they went undefeated in that tournament. Won 6 in Shakti Gauchan over the years. So many. in the first match against Oman. He's also somebody who's had a good record over the years against USA and multiple half centuries against USA in winning efforts, including in Jersey in just a hint of swing moving away, drawing Malla into that shot. Very good length, teasing line. It's going to be a testing early period here for Malla under pressure.
Does find the outside edge, but it goes wide of second slip down to Elmore Hutchinson, a third man. It'll just be a single. You can see the ball, just a little bit of nip off the pitch as well. Camaraderie there between Tehran and Malla as well.
Mentioned the camaraderie. Malla, despite being in the opposition, has always been one of the most well-liked players by USA over the years. And he's a very, very fun character.
बाबालाई खोप लागो
पापाको पेट कटाउन सियानीको
अब त छोरीलाई खोप लगाउने हो बालबालिकालाई दादुरा र रुबेला रोगबाट बचाउन यही फागुन र चैत्र महिनामा खोप अभियान हुँदैछ। आफ्नो 9 महिनादेखि 5 वर्ष मुनिका बालबालिकालाई खोप लगाउन नजिकैको खोप केन्द्रमा लैजाऊ।
यसले बालबालिकाको जीवन रक्षा गर्छ। यो खोप निशुल्क पाइन्छ र यो सुरक्षित छ। नेपालबाट दादुरा र रुबेला रोग निवारण गरौँ।
यूनिसेफ र साझेदारहरूको प्राविधिक सहयोगमा नेपाल सरकार स्वास्थ्य
Hutchinson, the big left arm seamer in the starting 11 today. The two 11s today, both showing changes from their first matches. And one of those was enforced with the unfortunate injury to Sharad Vesawkar, who scored a half century in the opening ODI of the series. He's come out of the side, but there's a second change as well because RK Paudel, he's been whipped out as well, Peter.
Kushal Malla coming in along with Karan. So Nepal opting to beef up the batting.
Just get through for a quick single off the thigh. Wickets that you'd expect to be beneficial for the spinners. Timil Patel, the leg spin comes out, and the pace of Cameron Stevenson comes in.
If you look at that lineup, USA is really playing with 5 medium pacers. They've got Vesawkar, Tehran, Stevenson, Elmore Hutchinson, and Ian Holland basically bowled a full quota the other day as well. Kareem Agor and Stephen Taylor are essentially the two specialist options for spin, and they've got Aaron Jones to call upon for some part-time leg spin if they feel conditions are assisting them. But a bold move by USA going with such a pace-heavy lineup.
I just wonder, is the thought process that perhaps Nepal more used to the spin bowling, maybe see some aggressive, short, sharp, fiery stuff from the likes of Tehran and Cameron Stevenson?
You say that, but in spite of Nepal's comfort, ostensibly against spin bowling, Zishan Maksud and Akib Ilyas were arguably the two most effective bowlers in the Oman attack in that victory. Zishan Maksud, the captain, taking 3 wickets. Akib Ilyas took a very key wicket. Sharad Vesawkar in that chase. So I think USA might be outsmarting themselves in that situation.
Driven pleasingly, but straight to Xavier Marshall at mid-off, so there'll be a time for a single there. But I suppose we're going to find out in this first 10 to 15 overs, USA will need the breakthroughs early.
And so far, Hutchinson, his line, again, mentioned he's struggled somewhat. He had a lot of wides, 6 wides I said in those first couple overs in the warm-up match, and again, he's been pitching it on the legs. They've been tucking runs off the legs into the leg side. So he needs to get that line right, or else he's wasting the new ball here. And it might just bring a certain level of comfort to him and allow him to get a bit more settled than he has been in recent times. He has been searching for runs, a bit under pressure a little bit. He's got an opportunity today to rectify that.
I'm just going to watch that one outside the off stump. Good tight over. It will be a maiden, but one leg by coming from it. It's 6 for none.
सुरक्षित निर्माण को शक्तिशाली आधार
दिल 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 चाहन्छ रियल बच्चाहरूको जब पार्टी होस् चुस्ती र तन्दुरुस्तीलाई अलि अलि चाहन्छ रियल फन चाहन्छ सबको मन चाहन्छ रियल मौका चाहे जे होस् स्वाद स्वास्थ्य र खुशीको लागि रियलले पिलाउनुहोस्
Skyward refrigerators, lively and fresh every day.
Manang Patel takes a good catch, and there's a deathly silence that falls across the TU International Cricket Ground.
Here again.
Now, to do the most dangerous job in the world, all he has to do is stay alive. Undercover.
Skyward refrigerators, lively and fresh every day.
Over a decade, he's handed the reins over now to the man at the far end, Gyanendra Malla. He opened the batting with Malla in the opening match of the series, but they decided to go with Kakarel today, and it hasn't paid off. He's fallen for 3, a real beauty from Rusty Theron. Finding the outside edge, and what a piece of captaincy from Sarav Netravalkar, the Team USA captain. He just brought a third slip into place, and that's exactly where it went. Going to be a testing start here for Paris Khadka. Starts with a shorter ball, and Khadka's underway. Off his first delivery, just works it off his hip into the leg side.
It's a good ball from Tehran, but fishes at it, and a healthy edge going through to Monak at third slip, taking it, reaching across Stephen Taylor at second slip for a good catch.
Yeah, he is getting movement off the pitch. Not a huge amount through the air at the moment, Peter, but it's nipping away Perhaps a little bit of seam movement, but Rusty Theron, a bowler of great experience, dual international, former South African international, showing all his skills.
Again, that was an identical delivery to the one that Cockerell edged behind, and Malla much more confident in his judgment of off stump, leaving that alone with confidence.
Too full this time, over pitched, and a simple clip off the legs. Cameron Stevenson's going to have work to do. He's going to just cut it off to keep it to 2 runs, but we're yet to see a boundary this morning, and this home crowd really starting to get into it. Stevenson brought back in to the playing 11 today, remember, at the expense of the leg spinner Timil Patel.
We'll probably see Stevenson come on first change, maybe about the 9th or 10th over, just outside the power plate. He likes to go short. He's USA's quickest bowler in this lineup. When he's bending his back, he can get it up to about 85 miles an hour, about 135 kilometers per hour, which is quick for USA and associate standards. Most everybody else in this attack in the low 80s, high 70s.
Yeah, Rusty Theron wouldn't quite have the the 4th over, a wicket and 4 runs in it. It's 10 for 1.
निर्माण को शक्तिशाली आधार एसआर स्टील
विश्वास जित्दै अघि बढ्दै मेगा बैंक नेपाल लिमिटेड
And the best actor award goes to Anmol Kesi.
What makes a man? That he has the X factor. That he has Pro Style.
I have the X factor. I have Pro Style.
प्रस्तुत छ नयाँ Pro Style soft and shiny hair oil with hair fall control. यसमा भएको आल्मोन्ड र एलोभेराको प्राकृतिक गुणले तपाईको कपाललाई राख्छ soft and shiny.
यसका साथै Pro Style dandruff control hair.
Pro Style. Hutchinson just supporting Theron nicely, keeping things tight, and Malla looks to be particularly watchful so far this morning.
He's trying to do what he couldn't do. It's part of why there's always been such heavy pressure on this pair right now, Malla and Khadka. It's because Nepal has been so overly and heavily reliant on these two to make those big 50-plus scores, 100 scores. So many guys in the Nepal lineup traditionally, like you said, make starts, but they can't convert.
Yeah, just almost half a fumble, but no harm done on a dot ball. Yeah, Paris Khadka and Gyanendra Malla, 2 icons really, but what about Paris Khadka? He not only has scored the solitary one-day international century for Nepal, but just in September he backed it up with the first ever T20I century for Nepal against Singapore. It's been
बोकेको जिल्ला हो म्याग्दी।
Off stump and just leaned into it. Kareem Agor can't cut it off. He's fielding quite wide at backward point and just caressed through that gap in the covers. And early on, the crowd getting into it, Lenny.
Yeah, that's the crowd that are just here in the ground. They're still flooding in. Large amount of security checks naturally these days. And you can see across to our right still flooding in through the main gate. So just the boundary from that over. Nepal, after 5 overs, are 14 for 1.
5 वर्षमा धनबहार, अर्को 5 वर्षमा फेरि धनबहार, अनि अर्को 5 वर्षमा फेरि धनबहार।
320 धनबहार जीवन बीमा योजना लिएकी छु।
अति उत्तम। उहाँहरूले जस्तै तपाईहरुले पनि ज्योति लाइफको 320 धनबहार जीवन बीमा गर्नुहोस्, जसले तपाईलाई बीमा अवधिभित्र 3 पटक बीमाङ्कको 1/3 रकम र बीमा अवधि पश्चात 20 वर्षसम्म प्रत्येक वर्ष बीमाङ्कको 5% रकम भुक्तान गर्नेछ। साथै बीमा अवधिभित्र घातक रोग र
Not just quite have the legs to get all the way to the boundary, and Khadka's going to be happy with settling for 2. Another pleasing shot, 2 full this time from Theron. Kareem Agor doing the fielding, outstanding in the field. We saw 2 or 3 brilliant moments of magic from him. He'll be at backward point throughout the day.
An excellent speed showing off there for Kareem Agor. It looked like it was going to be an easy 3 off the bat. Punched through at cover point region, but Kareem Agor is so quick on the ground, getting support along with Aaron Jones, the 2 quickest fielders for USA.
It's a beauty. Beats him outside the off stump, and Theron continues to get away movement, and the crowd really getting into it. Probably being the most loved of the USA players to appear so far.
Aaron Jones, the 2 quickest fielders for USA.
It's a beauty. Beats him outside the off stump, and Theron continues to get away movement, and the crowd really getting into it. Probably being the most loved of the USA players to appear so far. But there's a little bit of shape there now in the air as well. That one not going off the pitch, that one going through the air.
There's a gem of a delivery from Theron on that 4th.
From Khadka, yeah, Rusty Theron, 34 years of age. He played for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL before retiring from South Africa duty and moving across to America. Attempted to qualify as a teacher, but he's found a second life as an international cricketer.
Certainly has. We mentioned it the other day. One of a handful of dual internationals for USA.
That's a real beauty. And the slips thought they were in business just for a moment. Showing all his class right at the top level, Rusty Theron.
Again, he's paying that length in that 4th, 5th stump line. Very similar ball that got Kakarel up. This time, Khadka looked like he was playing an intentional leave there, teasing Theron a bit, but tucking that bat inside the line. So leave it alone.
Yeah, not quite the extravagant leave that we've seen displayed by Australia's Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne of late, but perhaps just a few mind games from Paris Khadka. By far the most experienced international cricketer in this lineup for Nepal. USA will be looking for probably 2 or 3 early breakthroughs, though, having decided to win the toss or having won the toss and decided to bowl first.
It's the only way to really justify the decision to bowl first, especially with a pace-heavy lineup. If they don't exploit the new ball with at least 3 wickets, you could say in the first 15 overs, you'd have to question the decision. With at least 3 wickets, you could say in the first 15 overs, you'd have to question the decision.
Worked into the leg side, going to be runs here. Won't have the legs to get all the way to the boundary. Cameron Stevenson will cut it off.